Crazy Softball Dad here, and I'm with Coach Barnes from Athletics Gendro 14U team. And today we're going to talk about travel ball and how to get ready for travel ball. A lot of kids are really making that move right now, especially with COVID and the uncertainty of how they're going to play, whether they're rec ball or high school. So I really wanted Coach Barnes to come in and really talk about what to expect and how to prepare yourself and your kids for playing travel ball, so there's no really secrets or surprises when you get there, because it's a whole new world for those coming from rec ball or just high school, and you really should be ready. So Coach, I'm going to leave it right at you and let you start talking all those wonderful things that I saw you write about, and give our parents the advice they need so they'll be successful.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. My name is John Barnes. I've been coaching softball for probably over 12 years now, with my oldest daughter. She's 21 now. Not playing college ball, which I hate, but, that's why I got other daughters for, trial and error. But, with travel ball comes a lot of commitment. And, that's why, I want to just talk about my experience being a parent first. And, starting with my oldest, when she turned 12, I asked her, it's like, do you want to do travel ball? And her question was, is it going to take a lot of my time, away from like weekends and stuff? I'm like, it's going to be a lot of time commitment to where, you have a lot of hours, probably whole weekends of tournaments and dedicated practice times during the week. She's like, nah. So, but she still played because she still loved the game. She still stayed in rec. She did All-Stars, all the way up to 18U, and never got a chance to do travel ball with her. But then her sister, who's 13 now, when she turned 12, I asked her the same question, and she was like, I want to, but I don't know if I'm ready. So it's like, okay, well, whenever you're ready, we will make that jump. And I guess my advice for parents with this is that don't do it for yourself. Don't force it. Because I've seen a lot of kids right back up into rec or out of softball altogether because it was forced up on them. They didn't want to do it. It was because the parents wanted to do it. It's gotta be something that the kid wants to do. So I was kind of grateful that my middle kid, Trinity, she wanted to do it, but she knew that, hey, I want to come in ready. So I told her, it's like, hey, don't wait too long, because you don't want to get in there and be behind. So normally, like the last, hurrah and rec is like 12U All-Stars, and that's when most kids make the jump. That's kind of like the last, level or last age group before, you should make that jump to travel. It's been a lot of kids make the jump to travel early on in 10U or sometimes even 8U. There's 8U teams out there, people. Travel ball. Yes. But it's, again, so after All-Star, she was like, let's do it, Dad. So went to start going to tryouts. Lucky for us, we only went to 2. And the first one wasn't, I guess it was, which she plays everywhere. So but it was kind of like a blessing for us to not join that first team that we tried out for, because we wouldn't have joined this awesome organization that we were with Gendro, Brian Gendro. So when she went to that tryout, Brian Gendro just fell in love with her, like, and I wasn't even there for the trial. He talked my wife into it. So I'm like, if you can talk my wife into it, then you've sold me. So, the big thing was that they wanted her. They talked about how they cared about the kid from their development years to get into college, to the college that they want to get to, and the college that they should be going to. Um, and that was very important. I mean, that's the reason why people go into travel ball, is to get their kid into college and their scholarship money, you know. So, and then, you know, fast forward another year and a half, and here I am coaching. Wasn't planning on doing that because I was trying to release her, because I coached her her whole time in rec and want to be a dad. And next thing you know, they needed coaches, and I'm that type of person that steps up. So uh, I am now coaching 14U team. So, but again, just from my story and from my experience with my kids and what I've seen from former players of mine, is that don't force it on them. It's got to be something that they want to do, and they have to have love for the game to continue doing it and continue playing at a high level. There are some machines out there. Yes, there's some great talented players out there that are machines, but I've seen those particular players burn out because of the pressures of the game and the pressures from their parents, and just, they didn't want to do it anymore, or they choose social life over softball, and they rather do that, hang out with their friends instead of playing for college scholarship. So gotta have the love for the game for them to continue playing. So
Yeah, that's 100% truth. What are some of the surprises that parents are going to see out there? I mean, we've already seen it a lot, but I mean, you've seen a lot of parents give that ghost look on their face, like, "You want me to do what? You want me to pay what? You want me to, what are some of the things that parents get shocked, especially coming from like a rec ball situation to travel ball?"
Well, of course, the main worries for parents is cost. Um, you know, there are some travel ball teams or organizations that have very low monthly dues or no dues at all, and they just pay for whatever they do. Like they do a friendly, they pay for that out of pocket. They just split it up between the parents, or they do a tournament, they split it up, and they just pay. So they pay for whatever they do. And then you have the larger organizations that have dues, because you get the organizational practices, you get the in-house college recruiters that to help you go and through the recruiting process with the colleges. Once you get to that age, you have high-level college coaches or former college players that comes and coaches and helps with the organization. So there's a lot of costs that comes into big organization feel, but it's beneficial for the girls if they they put 100% into it. So it all depends on what that family can handle or can afford, or what speed or what level that family or that player can handle. And there's a travel ball team out there for every kid. I believe that. But I think the main thing is that kind of frightens parents when they first jump into it, is the cost, because there's upfront costs, then there's uniforms, of course the monthly dues. So it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it when it comes to money. Other than that, it's the travel part, because we're going from rec, where you play in your local rec leagues and you got your local park, and you have all-stars where you travel, but it's still kind of local. But travel ball, you may end up in Utah or Las Vegas, Colorado, playing Northern California, lots of different places where you travel. You also have the other travel aspect, where you have families or players that's on your team that's traveling far away to join a great organization, because they want to get their kid recruited by a great organization. So you have people that will travel hundreds of miles just to play with a team for a year or two so they can get recruited.
Yeah, that's pretty. I always complain about our 39-mile drive, but Yeah, I know there's a lot of girls out there that are driving a lot more than that, and it does say something about the organization. Um, the girls at this point, so let's just start at 14U up. That commitment that they have to give, um, what do you suggest, and what are some of the important commitments? Like you have practices, you have games. Outside of that, what other commitments should they have? Should they all have hitting and fielding coaches? Should they have pitching coaches at this level? Which what do you see, and what's your suggestion on that, or the needs?
Well, everyone should have a hitting coach. Everyone should have their own personal hitting coach because you know, you need that personal feel and that attention when you want to fine tune your hitting, because when it comes down to it, when in a game, friendly, whatever, you're going up to bat, you're on an island. So you want to make sure that you're doing your job when it comes to that part. So you want to have a good hitting coach that's going to, you know, make you better. There's some organizations that have in-house hitting instructors that they require or that they have available. Some they don't, but they kind of encourage their players to get a hitting instructor. Like our team, like we require all our players to or encourage our players to have hitting instructors. Same thing with pitchers. Pitchers need to have their own pitching instructors so they can get that one-on-one instruction to make them better. Fielding, we do a lot of fielding with our organization, with our team. So I think we get a lot of that already. So as far as encouraging or requiring our players to get fielding instructors, we don't. But it doesn't hurt, you know, to get extra instruction on the side. I actually would instead of doing that, I would like them to focus more time on like speed and agility. Get a coach or an instructor that focuses on stuff like that, because this is a fast game. You need to have speed. You need to be agile with offense and defense. So all those things, I believe that everyone should have. If you're a pitcher, you should have a pitching coach, hitting coach, uh, and at minimum, and then you know, speed and agility. And catchers, you know, coach at 14U and higher, maybe even 12U, start specializing in outfield. Need to get outfield specialists instructed. Get to your team practice, you know, they're focusing on, you know, team schemes, team plays, and stuff like that. It's not a lot of time we spend on specialized positions when it comes to teams working out. So we kind of ask that, you know, these players, you know, get that extra attention from their personal instructors.
All right, here's another one that we get a lot of questions about, and that's the time commitment. When playing even all stars in rec ball, you know, that commitment. Your summer vacation consists of softball, and if you have a softball player, you just have to deal with it and go with it if you want your daughter to be playing travel softball. But tell people what that time commitment really looks like on an average team, because I know it varies from team to team. But
well, you know, also depends on how much money you want to put into it. You know, of course, like I said, the large organization is going to collect dues, going to have money to travel to different events farther away. You have the smaller teams that, you know, they may have to do a little bit of fundraising or just require the parents to come out of pocket if they want to, you know, travel far or do more things or participate in more events. So like, just use our team as an example. We try to do at least one event per month, 2 weekends a month. We're practicing every weekend with a weekend off every month. We're practicing once during the week, possibly twice, because we Gendro provides 2 organizational workouts. One for north of San Diego and one for San Diego for the San Diego peeps. So there's not a lot of traveling because that Temecula traffic can be crazy. So there's a lot of time commitment as far as that goes. But when you want to do more, you of course that money comes with that. But then with money, you do more things. So that means maybe 2 events a month. Maybe you're doing friendlies all the time. Maybe you're not getting a weekend off for that month. So it can vary from month to month, especially with high tempo months like in the spring, like starting in May, June, July are the big events, big event months where you might be doing 3 events in a month. Like for instance, we had planned to go to Vegas and then Salinas and then Stockton all in 1 month, and Nevada the next month. So like 4 events within like a 5-week period. So it can be very intense, but all that can be controlled by the tempo you want for your team and your organization and the money that you raise and the money that you're willing to spend.
All right. Well, those are some great tips. Anything else you want to tell parents that are thinking travel ball is the next way? Because, I one point I really want to make, and I hope that you can back me on this, is not to look at it as a status symbol. And I feel like a lot of parents say travel ball so they can say my kid's in travel ball, and talk about that a little bit. And because I mean, it's truly is for the girls, not for us as parents. And I just hear it way too much, and I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times too. Just tell them, how to approach that. And I don't know, that to me, it's just a kind of a frustrating statement when I hear it.
Well, at some point in time, the parents need to get out of the kid's way and let the kid go and grow. Sometimes parents kind of, be a negative effect to their growth and their advancement in this game of softball. That's my only thing is to tell the parents, just let the kids go and be great and get out of their way. It's not about your time right now. You're just a bank. So let the girl go and let the girls go and be who they want to be. As far as like the status thing, I know there's some parents that just keep their kids in softball and travel softball just to say they're playing travel softball because they don't want to go back to rec. There's some great rec leagues out there that are very, very big, very supportive of all the girls that plays in their league that have gone off to travel ball. And then if they don't want to do travel ball anymore, that they welcome them back with open arms. And there's some rec leagues that have really good programs, but and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as they're still playing a game of softball, as long as they have the love for it, they'll find their way. I've seen a lot of girls that go on to travel and just didn't have a good experience and then just didn't want to do travel anymore, and just they actually went to a really good coach back at rec that took care of them, and they ended up playing community college, junior college softball, and they were still able to play at the next level. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. Not everybody's path is going to be the same. So I just want everybody to understand that just let these girls be who they want to be, and let them be where they want to be. If it's not travel ball, it's not travel ball. But if it's travel ball, then support them, and support them 100% and let them go and grow. That's the only way that they're going to get the best out of them. And that's the only way you can allow the coaches to get the best out of them, is to let them, go and do their thing.
No, good point. I've been trying to do that for some time, and I'm like you. I keep getting like, stop. All right, so here's one that I think a lot of people get kind of hit with, and that's playing time, and it's a different machine than rec ball. Rec ball, we typically have people coming from rec that are used to playing in the field and batting at least once. In travel ball, it's like All Stars, where you may not get in the game. You may not get in the game an entire tournament. Talk about that, and really talk about how should parents deal with that, and what, because as a coach, I'm sure you've gotten your ears full, maybe a couple times, but explain to the parents how they should be dealing with this.
Um, if you looking for your kid to develop into a better player, that's what you need to be looking for in a team, travel team, and travel organization that's going to develop your kid. Sometimes it's not about game time. It's not about them getting the reps in games. Sometimes it's about what they provide in organizational practices and workouts and the resources that they may have. If you're looking to just get your kid just to be playing, there's teams out there. There's teams out there that says, hey, we only have 12 max on our team and we guarantee play time for every kid on our team. If that's what you're looking for, there's teams out there for you too. Like I said, there's a team for every kid, for every family out there. But just understand what you're asking for, and that's exactly what you're going to get. So I would suggest that if you want your kid to go to the next level, look for a team or organization that's going to help them get better. And however that may be, that's what you have to find the best fit for you and your family. For me, I was looking for a place that's gonna elevate my kid, and that's gonna make. She was really great at. I want her to be better at that. I don't want her to go to a team to where they're going to just exploit those greatnesses. Like, oh, she's very fast, so let's just focus on her being fast and not worry about making her better anywhere else because she's on a team that just wants to go and win and not develop. So be careful what those teams and organizations out there are presenting to you. Make sure you're getting what you're paying for. Make sure you're getting what you're asking for. Because there's teams out there for everybody. And make sure it's the right fit for you. But again, you want your kid to develop.
That's some really good advice. And, I didn't have any idea going into this what to expect. And if I could just give you kudos, because I've already done it once, but my daughter happens to play in the same organization. And, she came from rec ball, and powerful. You're not just the workouts. I mean, the workouts are pretty amazing, but the care that you guys give to every girl is just downright amazing. I mean, it's like, what a difference, and it's like not just about their softball development, but their personal development, their development for education and the importance of education. I mean, it's a truly that step to college. And, I don't think that all organizations are like that. And, I think these are all things that you need to look at when looking for a travel team. And if your child wants to go and continue to play through college, these are all things that are super important to get there. You know, I wasn't aware of half the things. I mean, I've already told Coach Barnes, our first organizational practice that we were at, my jaw was dropped. I'm like, holy crap. These guys actually care about our kids. And I just totally stepped back, and all the coaches there, like, take individual time. I mean, with each kid, and they drive them hard, but they don't beat them up. It's just, this is what I really was hoping for, and we got. And that's why I wanted you to come on and just talk about some of this stuff, because I wasn't aware of what I was looking for. I got really lucky, probably like you, that I stumbled into this organization. But there's a lot of other organizations out there, and you are 100% right. You need to have a sit down with your daughter and see what she wants out of it and what you want out of it, and make sure you're both on that same page, then start searching for that team. So, yeah. So this is coming from, one of the best out there. So I just can't thank you enough for speaking to everyone, because I think it's really important. I wish I had it last year before, but it's all great that you're willing to really give some really good advice for parents. Do you have anything else that you want to leave with?
Just want to say appreciate having me on, Mike, and just like your experience that you had when you first came out, that was exactly how my experience was. I was just wild by how they care for each and every player, and how like my kid was wanted. You know, they wanted my kid, and not because of what she could do, but it's what they could develop her into. So it's like they saw, like, every kid they see potential in. And that's what I love about this organization. And there's like Mike said, there's organizations out there that's like this, and but just blessed to be part of this one. So there's some people out there that may bounce around until they find the right one, and I have no problem with that. Find the right fit. I just got lucky. There's some people that get lucky, some are not so lucky, and they have to go through 3 or 4 teams because they get either bad coaches or bad experiences, and or not getting what they're paying for. Like I was saying before, it's about your kid, and you want seeking that out. And I would just implore everyone to always do your homework on every organization that you try out for, because there's a lot of good organizations out there, and there's a lot of bad ones. So just make sure you're doing the best for your kid. Take care of your kid. Again, we're blessed with being with Brian Gendro, great guy. He ends up knowing every single player in his organization, and he has teams in like 5 states. So as a matter of fact, right now he's in Arkansas with those teams out there, working out with them. And you don't get that from a lot of organizations where the head guy is being seen by everybody. Sometimes you have the name on the team, but you don't even know what that guy looks like. But Brian Gendro, he would go out and see every single team, every single coach, every single player, and invest his time with every single person, every single family. And again, that was one of the biggest sellers for us doing this organization. So, hey, having to keep plugging Gendro, Athletics Gendro, but that's what I know. That's what I see that's being great, and hard to replicate greatness when not everyone is doing it the right way.
No, absolutely, and I can't agree with you more. And first and foremost, I just want to thank you for coming on. I don't do this very often, so I just want to give you an honorary Crazy Softball Dad member, because we are, right? To be this involved in this sport, we are crazy. And if I can call myself a crazy softball dad, there's no reason why you can't have that lapel pin too. So, Coach Barnes, welcome to the Crazy Softball Dad Club. And it's an honor to know you, first of all, and to watch you coach the girls, and it's awesome. But more importantly, thank you for having this time to tell our parents that are thinking of going to travel ball some really good steaks to chew on while they're trying to find that right team. So thank you for that. And right. I'm going to get you that crazy softball something here real briefly. And right. Yeah, no, thank you so much. And that's all we got today. And we will look forward to talking to everyone real soon. And again, thanks again. And have a great day.